We were supposed to give you our lunchtime news, but we'll take you straight to Kololo Independence Grounds, where His Excellency General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, President of the Republic of Uganda, will see off and flag off the Ugandan National Olympics team that will represent Uganda in the Olympics 2020. Remember, they were supposed to be held last year, but they were postponed due to the challenges brought to the world by the COVID-19 pandemic. So we thank you so much for watching. We'll take you to Kololo Independence Grounds, where His Excellency the President is flagging off the team. My name is Michael Jordan Lukoma. Please follow the proceedings of the event.
Flag off our young people whom you've given extraordinary talents to represent our country as they go for Olympics Tokyo 2020. Father, today as our leaders give them our flag, we want to pray that you accompany them to that country. Many of them may have never reached there, but we pray, Lord, that your spirit moves with them, keep them safe, and at this specific period we pray not less than health. Because if they are healthy, they are prepared on their own side. But they now hand over their trust, they hand over their belief that knowing their Father, their God, will allow and keep them healthy to excel in all the disciplines that they have trained. Father, keep the planes that they are going to board safe. Keep the airspace safe, that they will arrive in Tokyo healthy and strong. Thank you so much, our Father, that you are always a blessing to us. Even when it is so tough, you make us rise. Thank you. May your name be blessed forever and ever. In your holy name we pray.
Thank you very much for those good words of prayer, Madam Anyakoit. Your Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the President of the Republic of Uganda, the First Lady and Minister of Education and Sports, Mama Janet Museveni, we thank you for this occasion when you come to flag off our Uganda national team traveling to represent this great country at the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games. We thank God for this day. Your Excellency and Minister of Education and Sports, we are two directors of ceremony for this occasion. My name is Omara Apita Lamix. I am the outgoing Commissioner for Physical Education and Sports, retired. My colleague is the General Secretary, National Council of Sports, Dr. Patrick Bernard Ogwell. Your Excellency, the program for today shall be a brief one. I would like to start by quickly recognizing the dignitaries who are here present. We have Your Excellency here, the Honorable Minister of State for Sports, the Honorable Obua Dennis Hampson, who is the Honorable Obua, Your Excellency, is the chairperson of the National Organizing Committee, which has been preparing this team to go and represent Uganda. We also have here before you, Your Excellency, and Mama Janet, the Ambassador of Japan in Kampala, His Excellency Fukuzawa Hidemoto. We also have here, Your Excellency, the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Education and Sports, Mr. Alex Kakoza. We also have here, Your Excellency, the President of the Uganda Olympic Committee, Dr. Donald Rukari. We have the International Olympic Committee member, Mr. William Blick, here with us. We also have here the President of the Paralympic Committee, who is now also a member of Parliament, recently elected, Honorable Mpindi Mbumali. Your Excellency and Minister, the other introductions of the team will be coming later. And I would like to say that because of time, we will summarize in the introductions that will be coming. I'd like to mention, Your Excellency, that for the Olympic Games, we have 25 athletes here, 13 women, the biggest number ever of women, and 12 men, led in this function by legendary athlete Stephen Kiprotich. We also have here the team officials, led by the General Team Manager, Dr. Patrick Bernard Ogwell, who will later introduce the entire team. The Paralympic Games will have 8 athletes. These are the games that will be held after the Olympic Games. We have 8 athletes from Uganda who will also be introduced together with their officials by the General Team Manager. Your Excellency, according to the program now, I would like to, with pleasure, invite the Honorable Minister of State for Sports, Honorable Hamson Dennis Obua, to make his remarks on this occasion. Honorable Minister, sir.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, Mama, the Honorable First Lady and Minister of Education and Sports, Your Excellency, the Ambassador of Japan in Uganda, the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Education and Sports, and the entire delegation from the Ministry, the Chairperson and officials from the National Council of Sports, officials from Uganda Olympics Committee, our Olympic and Paralympic bound team, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency, I am honored and privileged this afternoon to welcome you here on this day that the Lord has made, and we rejoice in Him, for through His grace and mercy, He has preserved us to this day amid this COVID-19 pandemic. On this special occasion, we are gathered here, Your Excellency and Mama, to witness the state of Uganda represented and presided over by the President of the country, flagging off Team Uganda, delegation to the 2020 Olympic and Paralympic Games that are scheduled to take place from the 23rd of July to 8th of August 2021, and from the 24th of August to 5th of September 2021, respectively. Your Excellency and Mama, you recall that because of COVID-19, the 2020 Olympics and Paralympic Games had to be postponed from last year because of the challenges posed by the pandemic. Your Excellency and Mama, this being the first function of the Ministry of Education and Sports under the new government, permit me, on behalf of the High Priest in the sports subsector of Uganda, to salute you and to congratulate you and the National Resistance Movement government upon the resounding victory in the 2021 general elections. Your Excellency, on a personal note, permit me also as a fisherman, you identified from a Jury County in a Leptong district, to say thank you to you. I want to behave like one of the 10 men who were healed by Jesus. The Bible says one came back to say thank you. I say thank you to you like that leper, Your Excellency, for the trust, for the confidence, for the faith bestowed upon me and my colleagues under the stewardship of Mama at the Ministry of Education and Sports. Your Excellency, this edition of the Games will be the 32nd Olympic Games and the 16th for the Paralympic Games, and has been organized under the theme, United by Emotion, which reflects the uniting power of sports worldwide. Your Excellency, we are proud to inform you that in this edition of the Games, Uganda will feature the biggest contingent of qualified athletes in both the Olympics and Paralympic Games since 37 years ago. This will be the biggest contingent. Your Excellency, it will not only be the biggest contingent. Secondly, in terms of men and ladies' participation, this again will set the record to be the first time in the history of the Republic of Uganda to assemble the highest number of ladies compared to men who have qualified for both games. Your Excellency, we attribute this success to you for the advice you have always offered. You have always taught us about priority in sports. You have always taught us about niche sports. Your Excellency, in one way or the other, you have directly participated in ensuring that this is the biggest contingent. You recall at the lockdown of the first COVID-19, Your Excellency, through Mama, you chartered a plane to only carry 4 athletes when our airport was equally closed. We want to say we salute you for this. Mama, I can't forget to attribute this triumphant victory to your wise counsel. You have always taught us about proper planning. Plan properly. You have always told us proper planning is half work done. Mama, I want to salute you. You have always taught us, please ensure the sports subsector is stable. Mama, today, Uganda Olympics Committee and the National Council of Sports are here. With that stability and solidarity, you have always taught us, Mama, about transparency and accountability. We can't say we achieved it on our own. You have been our torchbearers in ensuring that this particular achievement is done at such a time. The team before you, Your Excellency, for athletics in the Olympic Games, we have qualified 19 athletics. Boxing, 3. Swimming, 2. Rowing, 1. Accounting for 25 athletes. For Paralympic Games, Your Excellency, we have again made history. From the first Paralympic Games, this is the first time Uganda is sending the biggest contingency of the Paralympic athletes, and they are 8. The para-athletics, 2, para-badminton, 3, para-swimming, 1, para-powerlifting, 1, para-shooting, 1. Your Excellency and Mama, the main side in this particular game will be captained by the Superintendent of Prisons, Stephen Kiprotich, the 2012 Uganda Olympic gold medalist. Meanwhile, the ladies' side will be captained by the 800-meter middle distance champion, Halima Nakai and Winnie Nanyondo, both of whom, Your Excellency, you have greatly supported among other athletes. On the side of the Paralympics, we will be captained by David Emong, the Paralympic champion who won silver medal in 1,500 meters at the 2016 Rio Paralympic Games held in Brazil. Your Excellency, the rest of the team will be presented to you in due course. Your Excellency, Mama, and all of us gathered, part of the athletes of this team, Uganda contingent, left the country, as you are aware, on the 17th of June 2021 to attend a pre-training camp in Japan, arising out of a memorandum of understanding with the government of Japan. The team will soon be joined in Japan by those assembled here. That explains why His Excellency the Japanese ambassador is part and parcel of this state function. Your Excellency, with your guidance and support, and that of Mama, funding was extended by the government of Uganda, which fully supported the various national sports federations and associations who sent their teams to participate in several qualifiers at national, regional, continental, and global championships to prepare their teams, including during this COVID-19 pandemic. At the same time, different teams entered into various residential camps in bubbles, and strict adherence to the standard operating procedures was emphasized for their protection. That explains why the big contingent of our team had to travel this morning all the way from Kapchorwa. And after this function, Your Excellency, we will have them again travel back because we have gone for total isolation. Total isolation when you and Mama advised, arising from what transpired in Japan. Your Excellency, with the help of Mama and the office of the PS, Minister of Education and Sports, all the athletes and officials on this contingent have been fully vaccinated for COVID-19. We want to thank you for giving us that priority through Mama. Your Excellency, Uganda's participation over the years in the Olympics to date has earned Uganda a total of 7 Olympic medals, as listed below. 2012, London, Stephen Kiprotich, marathon gold medal. 1996, Atlanta, Davis Kamoga, 400 meters, bronze medal. 1980, Moscow, John Mugabe, flyweight, silver medal. 1972, Munich, John Akibwa, 400-meter adult, gold medal. In that same year, Leo Rabogo, flyweight, silver medal. 1968, Mexico City, Eridad Mukwanga, bantamweight, silver medal. In the same year, Leo Rabogo, flyweight, bronze medal, giving us a total of 7 Olympic medals. Your Excellency, we serve a God of breakthrough. The team assembled before you would want to break this record because out of the 7 medals, only 2 are Olympic gold medals in 57 years. This team assembled by the grace of God will be able to break our record of all times. We have set our target and we wait to see that target come to pass. And we are confident we will bring it. Your Excellency, I wish therefore to take this opportunity to express my gratitude to you and Mama for your immense support to the sports subsector that has provided an enabling environment for sports promotion and development to thrive in Uganda. You know that matches for us in the political arena try to portray Uganda in the negative. The sports subsector has marketed our country over and above. Our national flag, like the one before you, Your Excellency, has been flown in a number of occasions, and the national anthem of Uganda sung to the appreciation of our participation and competition. We salute our gallant sons and daughters for making our country proud. I also extend my appreciation to the Embassy of Japan for the collaboration extended towards Uganda's successful preparation. Your Excellency, the Japanese ambassador resident in Uganda, we salute you and the entire Embassy of Japan. We salute them for organizing the training camps in 2 cities and eventual participation of our team in the Games. I also wish to salute the Permanent Secretary and my colleagues at the Ministry of Education and Sports. Your Excellency, the Honorable Dr. Miyingo is not here with us. The Honorable Dr. Joyce Moriko is not here with us, but they are here with us in spirit. I extend my appreciation to them for the support, and above all, to Mama. The team before you, Your Excellency, again for the first time, rising from your advice and that of Mama, has been fully facilitated by the National Resistance Movement government under your leadership. Unlike before, all related allowances for the athletes are already credited in their respective bank accounts. Your Excellency, I further salute the National Council of Sports for their oversight role in ensuring that Team Uganda is managed well, and the Uganda Olympics Committee and the Uganda Paralympics Committee and the National Organizing Committee, who I chair on behalf of Mama, for fast-tracking qualification of the athletes in a very professional way. Your Excellency, you have heard our record. You have heard our story. You now know that from this story, we can, and we want to say, yes, we can. But Your Excellency, despite the above historical and unprecedented results, I wish to first of all plead guilty for raising this here. I plead guilty, and I pray that you subject me to a caution, or you convict me to a caution. But Your Excellency, the sports subsector of Uganda, arising from the challenges posed by COVID-19, is developing some high blood pressure. We are developing some high blood pressure, Your Excellency, because the moment the country was hit by COVID-19 in 2020-2021 financial year, one of the subsectors that suffered the first budget cut was the National Council of Sports and the sports subsector. And this was done on the assumption that most international and local sporting engagements had either been cancelled or postponed. Your Excellency, this was also done on the account that we have taken a unanimous decision to do away with money for travel abroad in the budget. But I want to give you assurance that as guided by Mama, we have always done proper planning, proper capture of all major sports events in the budget. Your Excellency, while I was a student at Lango College, I was a member and a leader of the Scripture Union. And there is a song we used to sing that lift your burden unto Jesus, for he cares for you. Much as Jesus is in heaven, we look up to you as our Jesus on earth and in Uganda. You're our Jesus. So when we lift our burden and we put it up to you, Your Excellency, just like you are demonstrating, kindly accept, because that is where we find ourselves. I raise this, Your Excellency, with emotion, just like the theme for the games, because I am alive to the fact, we are alive to the fact that Uganda is at war, Your Excellency. We are in a war situation. You have always said that in a war situation, battles are fought. We have fought the first battle, that is COVID-19. We are now in the second battle. We won battle one because of your guidance, and we want to thank you. We raise this point, we lift this burden unto you, Your Excellency, while we are conscious that in a war situation, it is the health, the safety, and the security of the people and the combatants that are important. We also raise this. We lift this burden unto you while aware that government has taken a unilateral decision because of the challenges posed by COVID-19 to cut budgets across ministries, departments, and agencies of government. Your Excellency, as the sports subsector, we find ourselves in a situation of soldiers in a battlefield whose bullets are getting finished, but they are determined to fight. You can imagine that situation. You are a general in the army. You have your AK-47, the 30 rounds of ammunition are getting finished. You are still determined to fight. Immediately they get finished, definitely you will have to surrender to the enemy force. Your Excellency, until financial year 2019-2020, the ideal or the dream budget for the sports subsector under the National Council of Sports was 38 billion shillings only. Under proper planning, taking care of all activities minus development. In that financial year, the National Council of Sports was appropriated 25 billion shillings. And we thank you. We need to even clap for His Excellency the President. Much as our dream was 38 billion, we got 25. In the 2020-2021 financial year, Your Excellency, when the country was hit by COVID-19, we suffered a budget cut of 8 billion shillings, meaning our budget was reduced from 25 billion to 17 billion. Your Excellency, in the 2021-2022 budget, the 40% budget cut, we have already suffered because the new financial year has already started. Another 7 billion budget cut. In this financial year, we are operating with a budget of 10 billion. Of 10 billion. That's why I raise this with a heavy heart, but at the back of my mind, I'm aware, Your Excellency, you are our lead fighter in this war. But accept it from the bottom of my heart, because this is where we find ourselves. Your Excellency, When we are done with Olympics and Paralympics, within this 10 billion, we are supposed to assemble a team next year for the Commonwealth Games. We are supposed to assemble a team for the World Championship. We are supposed to assemble a team for the All Africa Games. We are supposed to assemble a team for the World Cup qualifiers in different categories. We are supposed to assemble a team in the Africa Cup of Nations, different category. Again, for the first time last evening in Morocco, our national basketball team has qualified for the Basketball Africa Cup of Nations that will be held in Kigali, Rwanda. They beat Morocco at home and eventually qualified for the Africa Cup of Nations. Your Excellency, we are determined as a team, and we will not give up. We believe in you. Now that this burden has been shifted from us to you, we hope that in your priority you will be able to consider us and find a place for the sports subsector. Because at this rate, we may find ourselves without bullets. Your Excellency, that brings me to the second last, which is our humble request. Our humble request to you are only two. We don't want to put a lot of burden to you, Your Excellency. You must plan, you must strategize for this war, for this battle. Our first humble appeal to you, because our analysis indicated, one, we have suffered what lawyers call double tragedy. 2020, 2021, we were one of the few. 2021, 2022, we have been joined by the rest. So that is what a lawyer would call double tragedy. Your Excellency, find a place. With the record we are setting, we can promise to do more when supported. We can promise to do more. That is our humble appeal number one on the budget. Secondly, still on the budget, Your Excellency, those who cut our budget, they look at our planning and activities presented to them and they categorize them under travel abroad, not knowing that Uganda cannot compete in the Olympics while running from Uganda. Our team, smartly dressed in black, yellow, red, must travel out of the country. So for them, they just use their red pen to say, this falls under activity for travel abroad. Cut this budget. Your Excellency, our second and humble appeal to you is on sports infrastructure. We salute you. You made a pledge on behalf of the National Resistance Movement that in a phased manner, we will construct 18 regional stadia in the traditional 18 regions of Uganda. You did not only pledge, Your Excellency, you went ahead to put it into action. In 2018, when you led a delegation to China in Beijing, out of the 27 projects you committed to be funded with the Chinese grant under Forum on China-African Cooperation, Your Excellency, we must salute you. Out of 27 projects, you gave the sports subsector 2 regional stadia. We want to salute you for putting that under that arrangement. That is a Kibwa Olympic Stadium in Lira and Buhinga Stadium in Kabarole. Your Excellency, when I joined, Mama guided, together with the PS and the technical team, the Ministry of Education and Sports conducted one activity that was needed under this grant. Detailed feasibility studies, environmental and social impact assessment, we got finished, Your Excellency. The report has been submitted to the Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development for onward transmission to the People's Republic of China through the Chinese Embassy in Uganda and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. What we request of you, Your Excellency, just help us with your signature, YK Museveni, President, to the Ministry of Finance, to fast track this grant. This grant does not require counterpart funding on our side. What is required is only land. In Lira, land is available. In Kabarole, land has been availed. And Your Excellency, we salute you for this. The moment we start with these 2 out of 18, we will be on reducing balance. Those are our 2 pleas to you, Your Excellency. Permit me now, Your Excellency, to say, as I conclude, as National Organizing Committee, when you and Mama raised concerns on the 2 members of our team in Japan, we had to assemble a small team that traveled to Kapchorwa. We met Team Uganda, talked about the new normal under COVID-19. We counseled them about the rules, regulations, and the protocols of these Olympics. Your Excellency, these team members will be subjected to daily COVID-19 tests while in Tokyo, Japan, for the Olympics. We inspired them. We motivated them. We set targets for ourselves. Your Excellency, we are now ready to be flagged off by you and Mama. We are ready. Team Uganda, are you ready? That does not have energy. Team Uganda, are you ready? Team Uganda, are you determined? Team Uganda, are you committed? Your Excellency and Mama, our theme is taken from the Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 5. Put your trust in God. Our trust is in God. Finally, allow me to invite the General Secretary, National Council of Sports, and the General Team Manager to introduce the athletes and the various members of Team Uganda to the Tokyo 2020 Olympics and Paralympic Games before I invite His Excellency the Ambassador of Japan to deliver his remarks. Your Excellency and Mama, thank you. Your blessing by attending this ceremony will give us the intended results. I say all this for God and my country. God bless Team Uganda. God bless Uganda. God bless Mama. God bless Museveni. For God and my country. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister of State for Education and Sports, in charge of sports. Your Excellency and Mama, I've been requested to present Team Uganda to you, and I will go straight to the directive of presenting Team Uganda. Your Excellency and Mama, the composition of Team Uganda comprises of athletes, administrative staff, technical staff, and delegation led by the Honorable Minister of State for Sports to the Olympic Games in Japan. In the delegation of Team Uganda, the head of delegation is the Honorable Minister of State for Sports, Honorable Dennis Amson Obua, who has just made a remark. Delegation of Uganda as the only International Olympic Committee executive member and President Emeritus, Uganda Olympic Committee, Mr. William Blick. Delegation of Uganda as the President of National Olympic Committee and Chairman, National Council of Sports, Dr. Donald Rokare. Delegation of Uganda as the Chief de Mission in the protocols of International Olympic Committee. Every participating country has to appoint and designate Chief de Mission as the chief coordinator of all the preparation of Team Uganda up to the Olympic Games. I am privileged to introduce Madame Beatrice Ayikuru. Your Excellency and Mama, I've also been appointed by the Honourable Minister to be the General Team Manager for Uganda. I'm called Dr. Well Bernard Patrick, the General Secretary of the National Council of Sports. We have the team physician, Team Dr. Jacqueline Nana Nakidu, who has extended apology, could not be with us at this time. We also have physiotherapist. We have Prosi Namosisi. We also have Tom Omen, who is not with us here, a designated physiotherapist for our late athlete Joshua Cheptegei. I have the team chaperone, Nakamanya Shadia. I have the team media liaison officer, Aisha Nasanga. I have the team administrators, Elijah Nawuzi and Moses and Ivan Mugowa. Your Excellency, we also have the National Olympic Committee delegation for the Games. And in particular, at this point, we have Mr. Moses Mase, who also doubles as the Vice President, Uganda Olympic Committee. We have athlete representative to the Games, Mr. Ganzi Mugula. At this point, I want to now introduce the two international technical officials appointed by International Olympic Committee to officiate in the Games, Mr. Salim Senkungu Musoke for weightlifting. I have Mr. Achiga Fula for boxing. Those are the two privileged Ugandans who have been accredited to officiate at the Games. Honorable our Minister, you requested me to introduce the athletes. Allow me at this time to introduce the athletes in their respective events. In the athletics, if I call your name, please stand up for recognition. I have Chabet Esther, Chelangat Sarah, Chemutai Halbert, Chesang Priska. Your Excellency and Mama, the trio of Alima Nakai, Winnie Nanyondo, and Ronald Musagala are in Europe. They had the competition this week, and they are not with us at the moment. We also have Joshua Cheptegei, who is not with us at this moment. We have Jacob Kiplimu. It's right here. Jacob Kiplimu, Your Excellency, is a world of marathon champion at 19 years. This success story came at the time of the lockdown, which you cleared, and we are very privileged to have him here. We have Oscar Chilimu, Stephen Kisa, Perus Chemutai, Chelangat Marcelin, Chemutai Immaculate, Chekwel Juliet, Senior Superintendent of Prisons, Kiprotech Stephen, Chemunkus Felix, Musovo Fred is not with us. Oh, he's around. Sorry. Sedi Lenny, Catherine Nanziri of boxing, the only female boxer representing Uganda in the Olympics, is already in Tokyo, Japan for the training camp, alongside Musa Sadir Bogi for boxing, as well as David Kavuma Semuju. Allow me at this point to recognize Your Excellency, the President of Uganda Boxing Federation, Mr. Moses Muhangi, who is here with us. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, we have one rower, Kathleen Grace Noble. She's in Europe for the specialized training, waiting for the games. In the same vein, we also have from swimming, the only female swimmer, Kirabo Nabotebi. At the moment, she's in Kazan in Russia for a special training camp organized by FINA and Uganda Swimming Federation. She will join the team direct from Kazan to Tokyo next week. Allow me at this point, Your Excellency, to also introduce the technical team, the coaches for these various teams I've mentioned. In a special way, I want to recognize Adrinas Ruta, who is the coach of Joshua and the elite athletes, but not with us at this moment. I have Coach Faskino Kiwa. I have Coach Gordon Aimbisibe. I have Coach Bigingu Narisisu. I also have Coach Benjamin Njia, who is also Inspector of Police. The coach of boxing is Patrick Leander, who is already in Izumisano City for the training camp, alongside Hassan Mohamed Mulandi for boxing. The coach for rowing, Roderick Momoza, is here. Thank you. We have Mr. Musafaru Mwanguzi, coach for swimming. Your Excellency, that is the composition of Team Uganda. Allow me at this juncture to introduce the Paralympic team. Paralympic team are the team with the people with disability sport and is captained by David Emong, para-athlete, Peace Oroma, para-athlete, Usna Kokundake for para-swimming, Elizabeth Mesigwa, para-badminton, Rita Asimwe, para-badminton, Hassan Mubiru, para-badminton. We also have Muhammad Nigo for paralifter and Handro Mungoma for parachuting. Your Excellency, the composition of the administrative team and support staff will be led by the President of Uganda Paralympic Committee, who is also a member of Parliament for people with disabilities, Mr. Mpindi Bomali. The Chief Demishu for the Games, for the Paralympic Games, is Madame Irene. The Media Liaison Officer is Mr. Dakaba Ismail. He's not with us here. Lastly, before I sit, allow me to use this opportunity to recognize, Honorable Minister, the presence with us of Mr. Haji Zubairi Galewangu, a member of council, as well as Madame Cecilia Anyakwit. And I'd like to take this opportunity again to ask all the members of the National Organizing Committee to stand up, chaired by the Honorable Minister, for recognition. The National Organizing Committee, please. Thank you very much.
Your Excellency and Mama, in the team of transparency, we had to announce the entire team such that we get to know who is going, what is his or her role under the Olympics protocol and Paralympics protocol. May I now take this opportunity to invite His Excellency, the Ambassador of Japan, to Uganda to address this gathering. Your Excellency, you're most welcome.
Yes. Excellency President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, First Lady and Minister of Education and Sports, Honorable Janet Museveni, Honorable Dennis Hamsun Obua, Minister of State for Education and Sports and leader of delegation, Team Uganda. Mr. Arek Kakuza, Permanent Secretary, Minister of Education and Sports. Mr. William Frederick Brick, International Olympic Committee member. And Mr. Donaldo Lucare, President of UOC and Chairperson of NCS. Distinguished guests, athletes and coaches, and ladies and gentlemen. Please allow me on this occasion to offer my warmest congratulations to each of one of you which has made it to the Tokyo 2020 Olympic and Paralympics game. It is not so easy, especially under the very exceptional circumstances of COVID-19. Just to make it to the level of Olympic and Paralympic competition is one of the greatest achievements of a human being can attain in a lifetime. Therefore, I must congratulate all of you. The Tokyo 2020 provides us with a special chance to unite in so many ways and to achieve truly wonderful things. One of the best parts is the opportunity to win for Uganda medals, promote your career, cheer on your teammates, and to further promote our existing friendship. I hope that through the passion, drive, and determination you exhibited in order to excel and join Team Uganda, you will make your country proud and bag several medals. This will also inspire not only young men and women, but all Ugandans. So go to Tokyo and giving your best, the sky will be the limit for you. Be disciplined with the sportsmanlike conduct that will leave everlasting memories in the hearts of Olympic and Paralympic fans and athletes across the globe. Japan has invested a lot in the preparation of the Tokyo 2020 Games despite the challenge of COVID-19. As you all know, we have been going through a difficult time with the pandemic started in 2020. Thus, the 2020 Games were postponed for a year. In order to hold the Tokyo Olympic and Paralympic Games safely and securely, the International Olympic Committee, IOC, the Tokyo 2020 Organizing Committee, the Tokyo Metropolitan Government, and the Government of Japan has been working together to take necessary infection control measures. Now that the world is still facing the great difficulty of the COVID-19, we would like to make it an event that conveys to the world that we can unite and overcome the difficulties. Upon arrival in Japan, although the restrictions to prevent the spread of the infection need to be kept, I am sure that Team Uganda will enjoy their stay in Izumisano City in Osaka and Tateshina Town in Nagano, which has a very strong connection with Uganda in trade of cotton and high-altitude athletics, respectively. It is my sincere hope that the friendship between the two countries promoted at Tokyo 2020 will continue for years to come as a legacy of this game. In conclusion, I must say the team at the embassy, and of course myself, now eagerly await your opportunity to cheer Team Uganda and wish you all the best, very best for every success in the Tokyo 2020. Congratulations and good luck. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency, the Ambassador of Japan in Kampala, representing the host country for the Olympic Games. I would like to once again invite the Honorable Minister of State for Sports to come over and invite the First Lady.
Your Excellency and Mama, athletes and all the officials, join me, especially those seated in the big tent, to welcome our mother, the mother of the nation, Mama, the Honorable First Lady and the Honorable Minister of Education and Sports, Honorable Mama Janet, to address us. She will address, then in turn invite Museveni to address us. Museveni will flag off the team, launch the book, UOC at 65 years, and we shall also symbolically hand over 2 sets of team uniform to you. Then, if possible, a photo session with the team. Mama, you're welcome.
Thank you so much. President of the Republic of Uganda, Honorable Minister of State for Sports, Honorable Bua, the Japanese ambassador to Uganda, senior government officials present here, the President of the Uganda Olympic Committee and officials, representatives of national sports federations, our gallant athletes. Today has brought us the opportunity to witness the special occasion of flagging off our national team, as you have heard, being called Team Uganda, to be our representatives of our country at 2020 Olympic Games, to be held in Tokyo from 23rd of July to the 8th of August 2021. I must thank you, Mr. President, for finding time to flag off our young people today. I thank the Japanese ambassador for not only joining us today, but for the support accorded to our team as they prepared. We are grateful to the government and the people of Japan, who are the hosts of the 2020 Olympic Games. As all of you are aware, these games ought to have been held in 2020, but the COVID-19 pandemic that erupted in the world, it could not allow the games to happen at that time. In fact, some of us wondered whether they would happen at all. So for us to be here today, flagging off our national team to the Olympic Games does not necessarily mean that the COVID-19 pandemic is no more. However, it is in a way a statement to the resilience of the human spirit to exercise our God-given dominion of our environment that is right now plagued by this pandemic. There are unsung heroes and heroines who have been and still are working tirelessly behind the scenes to come up with the innovations that will help mankind return normalcy in such times as these. This attitude of never giving up, as you heard our Minister of State say, sacrificing comfort for competence, leisure for endurance, and surrender for persistence, is what has also made the young people on our national team what they are today. Our son, Joshua Cheptegei, broke and set 2 world records during this pandemic, making us so proud as a country. Therefore, as you carry our national flag high at the Olympic Games, you are reflecting the light and voice of hope that is within you and the society you represent. The voice of hope that says to us, in quotes, "Do not give up." That voice of hope that urges us to maintain a persistent focus to overcome the limitations around us and within us. The voice of hope that whispers to us all the time that God has given us everything that we need to overcome limitations. For it is only when we have overcome that, the light within us shall shine before all people and bring glory to our Creator for what He has done in us and in our midst. The spot that was imprinted on my memory when I was much younger was of a man called Eric Liddell. I don't know whether some of you may know that man. He was shown in a film called The Chariots of Fire. Like you, he was an athlete, but he used to use his talent for the glory of God. For instance, he refused to run on a Sunday because it was a day of prayer. But whenever he ran, wherever he ran, because he did it to please God, he would win. Every time he ran, he won. That has been my prayer for all our sports people, that they may use their God-given talent to give the glory to God first and foremost, and then also to raise their homeland flag wherever they go. And then their benefit as people would come last. And slowly but surely, it is happening before our eyes. We have seen how many medals we have won in this season, because many of us back our sports people with prayer, but it would be good to know that our own sports people pray and also really benefit their talents to their Creator and do it as a thanksgiving to Him first and foremost, and then secondly, to hold up their homeland flag in the nations wherever they go for these competitions. And then the world would see and continue to see the miracles that come with the sports people who honor their Creator first, and then their homeland second, and themselves last. We do understand that to even get into the National Olympic team for these games, you had to qualify by meeting certain minimum standards such as time, such as now. As we sit here, we know that you have had to qualify to be present here today. Therefore, our 33 athletes, 25 to the Olympic Games and 8 to the Paralympic Games, you have already demonstrated that you do have exceptional talent and skill. However, I want to challenge you to not become contented with the level of success you have so far attained by simply qualifying for these Olympics. Mr. President, on behalf of the Ministry of Education and Sports, I want to extend our appreciation to the various people that have worked tirelessly to ensure readiness of this national team that is being flagged off today. These people have been at it over the last 2 years and never wavered in their efforts to get the team ready, even when COVID-19 raised its ugly head over the last 18 months globally. It is because of such efforts that our national team has been provided all the necessary support for training, uniforms, competition gears, allowances, insurance, and travel. So thank you, Honorable Bua. We thank you, and we are proud of you as a ministry because you are a good leader. And I must thank the entire sports fraternity of technical staff at the ministry, those in the different national sports federations, the Uganda Olympic Committee, and the National Council of Sports. I also recognize the support that was extended to the preparations of the team by the various sponsors, the Japanese Embassy in Uganda and our embassy in Tokyo. Therefore, I challenge our athletes and the technical staff who will be accompanying them to aspire for the bigger prize, the Olympic medals. In the Bible, in Apostle Paul's first letter to the Corinthians, chapter 9, verse 24, he says, in quotes, "Don't you realize that in a race everyone runs, but only one person gets the prize? So run to win," unquote. Do not be contented with merely competing in the Olympics. Aspire to win that Olympic medal. As a mother and a grandmother to our young people carrying our national flag to the Olympic Games, I urge you that you not only be sports ambassadors to our country, but also be of good conduct and discipline. There is a saying in one of our local languages here that a child who is badly behaved brings reproach not only to himself or herself, but also to his or her entire family, and particularly to her mother. And the mother here being the Ministry of Education and Sports. You make your country proud when your conduct stands out as being exemplary in a manner worthy of an athlete. You are all still young people with a long future ahead of you. Please do not let indiscipline ruin your life. Once again, I will refer you to the inspired words of the Apostle Paul in his first letter to Corinthians, chapter 9, verse 25, where he says, "Now," in quotes, "every athlete who goes into training and competes in the games is disciplined and exercises self-control in all things." You must exercise control in all things, unquote. Compete by the rules and respect the culture of the Japanese people that are going to be your hosts all this time. The Japanese people have a culture. They are a humble people, but they excel a lot on what they do. They set themselves to do. But when you spend time with them, remember to respect their culture. The country you are going to is not free from COVID-19 either. Just like your own home country, it is still battling with COVID-19. Therefore, wherever you are, continue being disciplined with observing the SOPs for preventing you from contracting this coronavirus. Do not let your guard down. And may the blessings of the Almighty God, His protection, His strength and favor, His wisdom be upon you and go before you during the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games. May our God give you His shield of victory as He has done in the past. Mr. President, it is now my duty and pleasure to invite you to address this team and thereafter flag them off. Thank you and God bless you.
the Honorable Minister of Education and Sports, the Honorable Minister of State, His Excellency the Japanese Ambassador, the sports administrators, and the sportsmen and the sportswomen. Whenever I talk about sports, I remember 8 points. Point number 1, talent identification. Not everybody can be a sports person. It is normally people with certain talents that emerge as sports persons. I used to be a footballer, because that's where I had some talent. So therefore, the sports people always look out for talent among the young people. That's why the primary schools and secondary schools competitions were good, because they would show you those talents early. Then once you identify the talent, number 2, fitness. You must develop the fitness. And the fitness has got a number of components within it. First of all, nutrition. Encourage good nutrition among young people, among Ugandans, all Ugandans. It should be the Minister of Health talking about nutrition, but you can also talk about it. And then training. You have talent, you have got good nourishment, and then training. Number 3, discipline. You must be disciplined, because if you go into alcohol, into womanization, into manization, you go looking for men if you are girls. Even if you have the other 2, you may end up failing. So discipline. Number 4, sports involves perseverance. Because I know this very well, because sometimes you feel tired, you want to give up, but sportsman spirit encourages you to persevere until you finish. Then you need a noble spirit. Don't be envious and mean and compete with the envious ambition. Do your best. If others win, congratulate them. Then, of course, for the rest of the people, it is entertainment. People are very happy to watch, to see the sport, to watch the sports, the competitions. I'm happy to see the countries of Europe which used to compete by fighting among themselves. I was watching last night TV, football between Spain and England and Italy and so on. Those European countries used to cause a lot of war among themselves. They used to compete in a wrong way. But they are now competing peacefully. Instead of war between Spain and England, between Germany and England, between France and England, between Italy, they are now competing in football. The war is now just football war. That's very good. Then the sports brings friendships. People you didn't know, you meet them in sports. Even in my area there, Ankole, when we were growing up, you could now know the sportsman or woman from another part of the area whom you didn't know because of the sports. Sports, those who come to compete, but even those who come to watch, to spectate, you get friendships. Then you get country promotion. The country is promoted by sports. I spoke to the president of Italy, of Turkey, Erdogan. He told me that the first time he heard about Uganda was in 1972, when a key boer broke the record in Munich, Germany. He was still a young man himself, but that's when he knew Uganda. When a key boer won the medal, they even looked for the Uganda flag. It was not. It was not there. That's what he told me. Me, I was busy fighting. I was not watching. That time I was not busy watching games. But for him, he was watching. That when Akibo won, I think something they looked for, either the flag or the anthem. Something they looked for something about Uganda. They didn't get it for some time, or there was some story that you can research on it. But that's how Erdogan knew Uganda, through sports. I remember the 1960, it must have been 1968, when Kipchoge Keino, the Kenyan school teacher, won the 4 miles, the 400 meters. Is it 400 meters? No, 4 miles is what? 1,500 meters. At that time, many of the African countries were coming out of colonialism, and they were not well known in the world. But people like Kipchoge Keino publicized Africa. 1960, during the Olympics in Rome, the Ethiopian army officer, Abebe Bikira, he was running without shoes. And won the marathon in Rome. And of course, Ethiopia was well known, but it was good publicity. In 1936, during the Olympics in Berlin, Adolf Hitler was in power. And Adolf Hitler and his group had a number of stupid ideas. They thought that white people were superior. These idiots, they thought they were superior. Now, in the stadium, Hitler sitting there, 1936, in Berlin, an African-American, Jesse Owens, 100 meters, defeated them, all the whites, defeated. I think the next event was 200 meters or something. He defeated them, Jesse Owens. 400 meters, he defeated them. Hitler walked out of the stadium. So sports promotes countries, promotes peoples. The African people were able to ashame Hitler and his gang in their own country by sports, even before fighting, even before we fought with guns. With sports, we made Jesse Owens made the point. So therefore, I congratulate you, young people, for qualifying. This ambassador is a clever ambassador. Because he has said that to qualify alone is very, very important. Because you see, in Olympics, they don't allow anybody who comes. If I come and say, I'm president of Uganda, I want to run, say, please, have you qualified? I say, no, I have not qualified, but I want to try. They would throw me out, say, please, go back. So, by qualifying, by running certain minimum time, that's how we have got a ticket to go to the Olympics events. So I congratulate you, all of you, for as Mama Janet said, don't waste your chance now with indiscipline. Make sure you preserve yourself and you develop yourself. This corona is really a test about, it's not, the problem is not the virus. The problem is ourselves. Because as I've been telling you, the virus goes only 2 meters. So it is carried around by people. The virus doesn't fly by itself, it is carried by people who don't listen to the guidelines. So therefore, you people now, apart from being careful generally in life, you know, be careful about corona. I was very harsh with the Minister of State, and I wanted to to kill some people because when I heard that our children had gone to Japan to take the virus there, as if the Japanese did not have enough virus themselves. I was very angry. I said, you children, how could you go to take virus to the Japanese? Then I was told that those children were tested. There were many times, but that they were allowed to mix. When you came from that place of yours, Kapchorwa, something, then you mixed here. That should not happen. I have been in quarantine now for 1.5 years. Can you imagine? I have not gone to Raikitura, I have not gone to Kisozi, I am here in quarantine. But some of these people try to bring me corona. Even when I am here, they try to bring it to me. The staff, you hear this one has got corona. This one, and we are punishing them, some of them, those who are careless. So therefore, you are now in strict quarantine. Don't mix with anybody. It is like the Bible where they said, Jesus wanted him to follow him. He said, no, let me first go and say bye-bye to my people. Jesus said, no, you leave those people. Just concentrate on your own things. So stop this business of going to see this aunt, this one here. Some of my relatives have died. I have not buried them. I haven't to go. They say, the ones who are nearby, you bury him. Abalio kumpi. Wale ambao wako karibu, hii ndio mnazika. Mimi nabaki hapa. So please, do not again, you are fully vaccinated, but information has come that even those who are vaccinated can. I've been hearing that even if you are fully vaccinated, you could be infected because there are new clans. There are new clans of the viruses. You are vaccinated against one type, the Wuhan, and the other one, but now they are the new ones. So please watch out. Don't cause us a new embarrassment, like those who were checked, but mixed up. Now, finally, Obua knows something about fighting, but doesn't know all the fighting. Because he was saying that if the bullets are finished, you surrender. No. That's why you are given a bayonet on the rifle. If the bullets are finished, you fight with the bayonet. Unachoma tumbo ya mtu. So while I will try to look for the bullets, please use the bayonet also. So with these few words, I congratulate you, and it is my honor, after I put on my mask, to come and hand over the flag, and then we shall have photograph, but because of the corona, we shall have, because we don't want to gather together, we shall do by event. The athletes, they are not too many, I think they are like 9, then we start with by events, so that we can be in one line, until we finish all the groups. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
very much, Your Excellency, for the wonderful message you have given to our gallant athletes and the sports administrators before you. Allow me at this point to invite the following to come up for the official flag-off ceremony. The two national team captains for the Olympics, we shall invite Superintendent of Police and the captain for Team Uganda for the Olympics, Stephen Kiprotich. The President and Chair of National Council of Sports, Dr. Rukare. The Chief de Mission for Team Uganda, Beatrice Ayikuru. The Honorable Minister of State for Sports. We shall also invite Mr. Imong, who is the captain for Paralympic. And the last person, the President of Uganda Athletic Federation, who is presenting the biggest number of athletes to the Games, Mr. Otuchet, to join in the flag-off. As you already had the guidance from His Excellency, we will be doing a photo moment in the groups, and I will be announcing the groups immediately after the flag-off. But before we take the photo moment, allow me to inform you that Team Uganda will be presenting special gifts to His Excellency, the President, and the First Lady and Mama in memory of this important historic flag-off ceremony for Team Uganda to the Olympic Games. The captains, Kiprotich, receive. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. May I now take this opportunity to invite the team to take a photo moment with the President. The team, Olympic team first, the Olympic team. The Olympic team, please. Headed by Stephen Kiprotich, to go and stand behind Mama. You will be guided by the protocol. Please, hurry. Olympic team. Yes, the athletes, Olympic team. Yes, athletics. I want also to request the Paralympic team to get ready. Shortly after that, you will join in the photo moment. Thank you very much. Next is the Paralympic team. Paralympic team, please. The Paralympic team, national team, please join. The next category, I will invite Dr. Rukare to lead a team of Uganda Olympic Committee executive members in memory of these Olympic Games to take a special moment with the excellent President and Mama. Olympic Committee. I'll then ask the members, National Council of Sports and the Ministry of Education and Sports, led by the Permanent Secretary, to join in the photo moment. The Honorable Minister of State for Sports, it should be also in that entourage. Yes, please. I'm going to announce Minister and the Honorable Minister, together with Permanent Secretary, the Ministry officials, National Council of Sports, join next. The next will be Paralympic, headed by the President, Paralympic Committee, and your executives, if they're there, please, after this function and photo moment with the members of the National Organizing Committee, respectively. President Paralympic, please, with their coaches and managers. I also take this moment to invite His Excellency, the Japanese Ambassador, to take a moment with His Excellency the President for the photo moment after the Paralympic team. Thank you very much. His Excellency, the Japanese Ambassador, is next. Allow me, lastly, before we have the last function of launching Olympic at 65, to invite Dr. Rukare, the President of the Uganda Olympic Committee, and the Honorable Minister to present the special gift to His Excellency the President and the Honorable Minister of Education and Sports, and our First Lady and Mother, Mama. Your Excellency, the gift is the historic tracksuit commemorating the 2020 Olympics for you and Mama from the National Organizing Committee. You can pick so that it is seen, okay? It is in our national colors and the most prestigious colors of the ruling government. May I also request Dr. Rukare to remain there and the Minister for the last function of launching Olympic at 65. The Honorable Minister should remain there. I also want to request the General Secretary, Uganda Olympic Committee, to join in that moment, and thereafter will direct you on the conclusion of this occasion. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. for the launch of Uganda Olympic Committee at 65. And I want, as the President launches Olympic at 65, to invite the Vice President of Uganda Olympic Committee to come and give us what does this mean, Olympic at 65. What is the importance of this launch to Uganda and to the Olympic sports or Olympic movement? Mr. Moses Mwase.
Thank you, Dr. Ogwell. Olympic at 65 is a celebration of, first of all, the legacy of the Olympic movement. It also shows that we have existed in the country for 65 years. But more importantly, it's a celebration of the heroes and heroines that have participated in representing Uganda at the different games as indicated in this historic book. There's been many people that have played a role in ensuring that Olympic at 65 is launched. So it's vital that we all get to see a copy of this historic publication. Thank you very much, Dr. Gwell.
Thank you very much, Moses. Your Excellency, allow me to thank you on behalf of this team for honoring this flag of ceremony with the Mama. We are going to the last program of conclusion of this function with the national anthem in the reverse order.